Hey y'all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on where you are. Welcome, welcome. I'm Lady Isis, the spiritual detective. Welcome y'all. Hey VM. How you doing? Kuwana, hey. I got a mod in here. Hey, I was hoping somebody be up. Hey, sexy Ray. Lisa, Naya, Army. Thank you. Thank you. I just kind of combed it over to the side. I took me a nap, y'all, and I got up. My kids are still asleep. And what better time to get up while they sleep? Okay. Hey April. Hey Marie, Takesha. Hey Stephanie, Tay. Yes. Yes, I was up on Facebook, y'all, trying to see what else going on. You know what? I need to sign into my TikTok. Let me do that too. Waiting on some more people to join the chat. Um, Night shift overthoughts. Hey, you said April said she hadn't heard so many things throughout the day. It ain't fun. You say you have heard so many things, like regarding Isaiah, or what exactly? Lisa just got off work. I'm sure you tired now. I'm just getting up. I kind of figured that's what you meant, April. That's why I'm asking what you hear. What's going on? What I miss? Sometimes y'all be catching stuff quicker than me. You had had work, had put son to sleep. Look, hopefully mine stay asleep for a couple of hours. 333 on the timer when I looked up. April said yes. Okay. I don't really. I'm just here chatting with y'all while I'm up. I don't look. I'm literally looking up some stuff right now to see um what's going on TikTok and what's going on Facebook. Maybe I missed some things. That's literally what I'm doing. Hey, Raynette, Grand Rising NS. You say CPS got, yeah, I've heard that they definitely got all the children. Um, like I said before, I'm not necessarily happy about that. Um, because I feel like children should be able to be at home with their parent. And I'm sure it was a shock to the children to be away from their environment. However, hopefully they got the children some mental help because it's got to be devastating for the children. I know everybody feels like Shannon and them shouldn't have access to the children, which they shouldn't. Not saying that they should, but it could be traumatizing even then so for the kids. So I don't just want to make that part clear on where I stand with that. You say you heard Jarvis say he didn't do it, Shannon did it. I heard the kids was taking it. Yeah. Mm, They must have been watching it right now. I'm hearing that he confessed to somebody in jail, girl. Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah, because really the children are really most affected by this situation. Absolutely, absolutely. I didn't even tune into that, Stephanie. I didn't even tune in. I could play it for you guys for the people that haven't seen it. I haven't seen it either. I have not. You said April, really? I know the twin boyfriend said that her son. Yeah, that's what he say allegedly. Yeah, right, Lisa. Hopefully, them children get to a safe place and safe environment where they can get some serious help. Seriously. Overthought said, at the very least, I think it's productive to remove them so a social worker can question them about the abuse they. Yeah, yeah, you got a point. Mm-hmm. Stephanie said it was really informative. Okay. Jarvis upsets you deeply. Mm-hmm. How you got your head down 90% of the time we want to look up at Shannon because he trying to get eye contact with Shannon, trying to send subliminals and shit. Outspoken priest says not too much except one of the mediums said Nazaria was speaking and supposedly said the cutting off her. Who said that? Oh, these readings be getting more and more, you know. I feel the same way. Where are the kids are abused if the state don't care about them kids? Right, 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 right. It's a sad situation. He called on them. Okay. Yep, I played it on my live stream. I think the two before this one, like two live streams before this one or something. Yeah, I did though. Some other substitute that said Nazaria was there on the 10th, or she was marked present on the 10th, when she went missing on the 9th. VM says he looked up at Shannon because he knows she part of the situation. Right, they need to be on the same page. Exactly. So you can't remember she was on T Uncensored. Rain of Fire is who they talking about, I believe. Mm-hmm. So I don't know the time. I don't know the timeline of it all, but Jarvis' sister was the last to see Naziah, and it was on the 9th when she was one of the last people. The actual two last people, according to testimony, was Cordell and Jarvis. Cordell is his so-called business partner. April says she don't agree with the fact the children being removed from their home and their parents as well, but it's not good for them to be in an unhealthy, productive environment. I know it's just like a messed up situation all around, really. So I don't think these children get the help they need. Yeah, I agree. Hit that like button, please. If you're here, if you're stopping by, you want to contribute to the channel, hit that like button, please. Don't forget to subscribe either if you're feeling the vibes. What you waiting on, huh? Stephanie said she said some parts of her body is at grandma's backyard. Oh, child. Mm. Oh, I don't want to hear that. You know, I need to say this. Is this a picture? Just look at her eyes. Something is wrong with them twins, child. Something is not right in their head. Mm-mm. Those barrels you showed earlier. Mm. Just seem like they keep. I don't know what barrels you're talking about, Stephanie. Yes, it is, Lisa. Hey, Danielle. It seemed like they just finding so many social media pages of Nazaya. I can't even keep up with them. If y'all know the names of it, put it in the chat. Okay, let me know. We hope keep each other informed. I got a bump right here, y'all. Try to cover it up, but whatever. Yes, Danielle, welcome. Okay, let me go to Facebook. I'm gonna let y'all see what I'm looking at. I ain't pop me no popcorn tonight. I think I might get up and pop me some popcorn. Oh, Stephanie, I seen them bill with the numbers on them. Where at, y'all? Remind me. It's in the backyard where the lady was searching by. Oh, right. Okay. So there's another young girl missing. Detroit, 122 near 122 2025. Okay, Kyra. Or you can always catch the replay. It's all good. Lisa say, I know if my 13-year-old didn't come home after school, that's a problem. Yeah. Said on 7 Mile and Berg, that video. Stove top. Okay. Bring them lights up. All right. Well, hopefully my internet be cooperative tonight. So across from the cemetery. It's a whole lot of their names that sound alike, y'all, too. That is not a coincidence either. I've heard Zanaya, Janaya, Naya, Nazaya. Wow. Saying that same video where she was panning around in that section, there's a semi truck with a right. Okay, I do remember catching a glimpse of that. Yeah, I do now. I do. And y'all know what? That Travel Inn hotel that's next to the shop that's been causing a lot of discrepancies or whatever. I recall that shop being called the Park Crest Inn when I was younger. Or they just changed the name of that hotel within, I'd say within 10 years or so. Because it used to be called the Park Crest, and I think that's why a lot of people are confused with that. However, I do still believe that he used that Travel In spot hotel from time to time too. I even started to think earlier, like, because the Park Crest Hotel that they have the address for, which is 20,000 Harper and Harper Woods, not Detroit, that his name was signed off. And if he had more than one phone, literally he could have given his phone to anybody for it to ping anywhere. I just feel like they need to get his other phone. I feel like he was back and forth between the Travel Inn and the Park Crest hotel, motel. But I know for a fact that Travel Inn is where they do a whole lot of, like back page shit there. So yeah, I will, Stephanie. It has been coming up a lot lately, and that's because of the name. It's very confusing. And then when Sergeant Melanie told her statement, the one who was over the phone records and things, she didn't clarify if the Park Crest was in Harper Woods or if it was in Detroit. She said she didn't know. So I thought that was like unacceptable as a sergeant. Like, if you don't know, then he should have made sure that she clarified the city that Park Crest Inn motel was in. Not, I don't know. Like, what? That's why everybody confused, and that's why I feel like they doing shit on purpose, confusing people. Like, if you're not from here, you're not going to remember that the Travel Inn was indeed called Park Crest. And then the fact that it's right next door to the shop, it just makes sense. But then when you look at the address, it's like, wait a minute, this is not 20,000 Harper. She say, do you think the demon gave up his rights because he doesn't think the body of Naziah will be found? Um, I think he gave up his rights simply because that's his way of still controlling the situation. That's what he has control over, speaking or not. And he know people want him to speak and tell us where Naziah is, what happened to her. He knows that. And I think as a narcissistic blow to the community, he wants us to, suffer. Yeah. They all working together. That's what I say, Lamar, because something ain't right. Right now, say a burner phone. Yeah, I think he had more than one phone for sure. He had to. He said there had to been on camera, been a camera that seen. Yeah. Mm. And then even at the Park Crest Motel, the one in Harper Woods, they have a 24-hour surveillance going on there. So you mean to tell me y'all didn't catch anything other than them coming in? That's not true. Y'all smuggling evidence. Maybe so in this. Yes, y'all help me reach my live goal. I think it's 10 super stickers or super chats is the goal. Thank you so much. You said no way. You say no way he could go to Harper Woods. But when I did the map timing, when I on my live before, he would have had time to do what he did. According to where his phone was pinging at, he would have had time to do it pre-shell. But it's just the fact that we trying to figure out exactly which hotel he was at and how long he was actually there. Because at the Park Crest, checkout is at 11. Okay. I've heard that he checked out at 12. How sway? Even if he left early, checkout is still at 11. You say that MC Club right there. They like little girls. MC Club. MC Club. What's the MC Club? You say you think they all like attention, good or bad. Maybe so, because at this point it's giving weird. Danielle says he gave his rights up when she was a baby. We're talking about he gave up his freedom or his right to speak. Like he only wants his representative, his attorney, to speak for him in court. He does not want to speak at all. Kimberly, thank you so much. um, they claim they did. They claim they did. And y'all know what? I believe. I'm gonna have to show y'all this. Let me stop sharing this. Let me show y'all something real quick on Maps. Okay. Let me share this with y'all because the other day we was trying to figure out which AutoZone he went to, how long he was there, how did they wind up on Harper, and how did Desire wind up on Harper? Remember? Now remember I told y'all to pay attention to the colors, okay? Colorology is a thing. All of these, the colors that is consistent in this case, okay? It's not ironic and it's not a coincidence that these colors are very consistent in this case. This red and yellow. Now, for those that don't know, Frank's, the car shop place, is also red and yellow. The Travel Inn Motel that is getting confused with the Park Crest is also, it has a red and yellow fence. Okay, it's meaning behind that. But let's look at Frank's on Warren. Is that okay? Let me see. I need to look at a street view. Oh, Motorcycle Club Place. So what's the name of that Motorcycle Club Place? I feel like I can see it, but I don't know the name of it. On Harper, right? Okay, so this is Frank's. I'm gonna make it a little bigger for y'all so I can see a little better. All right. Because this part really been throwing me for a loop. Like, how did this baby wind up on Harper? But we do know that she walked to the shop before because in her text messages, she said that she had been up to the shop. He asked her how, and I believe she said she walked, right? Okay. Oh, the boogie down, right. Okay. Yep. So this is Frank's right here at Warren. Look, y'all, I ain't got Google Earth or none of that yet, so be patient. Eventually, I'll get all of that because I think that's probably the better option, but we still can get the job done right here. So this is Google. This is Warren and Neff. Let me go over here and see what's right here. Look, the AutoZone is here. And if they used to work at that Frank's, it makes sense why they would go to this AutoZone right here. Right? So I wonder if they got camera footage from them going into this AutoZone, and what did he purchase when he went here and he so-called forgot something and had to go back? What did he forget? That ain't no coincidence that the AutoZone right here. Because remember, for the ones that was on that live, we was trying to figure out which AutoZone did he go to. Did he go to the one on Harper, and how did they wind up at Harper where they picked up Naziah at? But I believe it was this one right here. This AutoZone right here. You said stamp that's made. Oh, right. Water pump. But what else did they forget? when they got the water pump, what else did they forget? Because they went twice. He say trash bag. Is that a fact or you just saying, Tay? Probably that antifreeze. That's what I'm thinking. That idiot really tried to get that girl, or probably did, get that girl some antifreeze. So then let's say they did go to this AutoZone. At what point did they wind up on Harper? And he claimed it was in front of a liquor store. That don't make no sense. No, he said a water pump, but he didn't say for which visit. Like if that was the first visit, or when they went back and they so-called forgot something, second visit. You know what I mean? He didn't specify that. So it's like, okay, when y'all went back the second time, what the hell you forgot? Thank you, Kuana. Right, Via. But he ain't say that though. But we're gonna assume that based off his text messages and not his text messages, but his searches. He probably gave her. Right, right. That part, Taikisha, because it's like, what are you? Why are you going back and forth? Something ain't right. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out, and I'm gonna go back up to the shop real quick, and then I'm gonna go move on to a couple of more things. I know going back to the shop is how they ended up on Harper, but at what point did they pick up Naziah on Harper? That's what I'm saying. I get that much. I truly do. Because obviously she didn't walk from Warren to Connor, because that's not where they say they picked her up. I think she was almost damn near at the car shop. She was damn near at the car shop before about the time they picked her up. I can't believe that baby walked this long to go to that shop. That's crazy. That is so crazy to me. I just don't believe the name of the liquor store that he gave was the correct name either. I honestly don't believe King. At this point, I don't. Said she had to have a phone. He said it had to be near the car shop because they went back to the car shop and seen her. Right, that's what I'm thinking. She had gotten so far down near the shop. They didn't have to go that far to pick her. You know, she wasn't that far from the shop. That's what I'm saying. Now, whether that was directly in front of the shop or not, that part is irrelevant to me because he said the name of a liquor store that I have yet to find. And I've looked all up and down Harper. It's so far I didn't pass one, and that was M&M, and then it's this one. Oh, that's just the hotel. That ain't even a liquor store. So M&M don't sound nothing like Angels. He said it was called Angels Liquor Store. I'm literally from this area, and I've never heard of that unless it's closed down and closed down when I was young or something. I don't know, but I would have remembered that. I just don't remember. I don't see it either. Hmm. Now this is an abandoned one, but what? Look, it ain't no damn Angels. I think this is like Broncos or something. Yeah, Broncos Liquor. That just be bugging me, trying to figure that out. I need more information or something. You say King is charged in this case, so it wasn't just for DV. Mm. He charged as what? I'll try again, Danielle. Now I ain't talking about the one on the west side. That's what's been popping up when I search for this. Somebody say you think Eric is Naziah's father. God damn. Oh my goodness. Yeah, see the one popping up. I'm gonna show y'all real quick. That Angels Liquor and Beer. This is where it's showing up. Permanently closed. This black store right here. Oh, got a little delay. Little laggy. Okay. This is it right here, but this is not in the area. This is in the Dexter, Linwood, Finkel, Oakman area. I don't think that she walked all the way over there. So why would he say Angel's Liquor Store specifically? Because there is no Angels in the area of Connor and Harper. There's not. I've literally searched the street. It's not. He said Angel's Liquor Store. Angel's Liquor Store. Angel's Liquor Beer and Wine only shows this location on the west side. I don't care how you put it in. There's no Angel's Liquor Beer Wine store on Harper and Connor area or Warren. I checked both. This, okay, for those that are not from Detroit and don't know, the Finkel area, the Finkel and Oakman area over here, that's about 30 minutes from where the shop is at. Let me put the shop in. I could be exaggerating a little bit, but um it ain't close, that's the point. Hmm. Okay. Let's say Angels. Let me rewrite this. Angels liquor store to Angelo's. That might make a little bit more sense, but he specifically said Angels. I know for a fact he said Angels. We went and replayed him saying Angels. Okay. It could have been Angelo's. It could have been Angela's. But he specifically said Angels. All right. Anyway. So if you take the freeway, hold on. Okay, wait. I wasn't even looking for this, but Angelo's Party Store is actually right here. If y'all can see that. So that's showing up on Kelly and Harper Woods. But see, the thing is, that would kind of be out of the way where Naziah was at because it's closer to 8 Mile. So that wouldn't even make total sense either. I'm looking at Angelo's Party Store right there, right off Kenosha and Kelly. What would Naziah be doing on Kelly if she was on Warren and Bedford? Yeah, this ain't making sense, y'all. Trying to find her actual street, but it ain't in this area. Because this grass shit here, it's got to be in here somewhere. But you got Mac. Oh, see, Warren. Warren is right here. This is where she was at, y'all, right here in this area. So I'm going to zoom out. She was right here. That's a good little distance. So this area right here, where you see this mouse, to over here. Mm, but you picked her up on Harper, and this store is located on Kelly in my Ross area. So it couldn't have been Angelo's party store, according to testimony. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. All right. My back hurt. All right, y'all. Thank you, Takesha. Thank you, girl. Okay. Who I'm looking for? Rain. I was on Facebook first, too. You said, what is the distance between where they picked her up in the bus stop? That's the thing. According to his testimony, you can't figure out where they exactly picked her up from the bus stop. I do know that the shop is from the shop from her bus stop is about, it was like an hour and some change walking, which means she had to been kind of close to the shop if they seen her on Harper coming from Warren. So the question would be, did she take Warren down to Connor, or did she take Warren down to one of the side streets and then walk down Harper? Or did she take Bedford down to her grandma's house, continue onto Harper, and took Harper all the way down? There are about, that was the AutoZone that I just showed y'all next to Frank's. That's the one closest to her bus stop. And ironically, it's right next to the shop that they used to work at. They ain't say she caught no city bus. Miss Ray. Hold on, y'all got a whole nother conversation going on. What happened? So all them kids in grammar school don't trying to have a baby boy. Mm-hmm. Called Legend. Yeah, she do. Thinking maybe she got on public transpo. And she could have. But why they pick her up? Why wouldn't she just had met them at the shop? If she had got on the Harper bus, or why wasn't she walking from Warren if she got on the Warren bus? Got on the Connor bus, went on a Warren bus to Connor, and it got let off right in front of the shop. Why when she had done that? Why did they have to catch her walking? What'd you say, Gwen? Yeah, he could have worn that. He could have. Gwen says, because how would she have gotten from the bus stop to where they picked her up from on Harper? She have walked before. And that's what I'm saying. Either they didn't pick her up where King is saying that they picked her up, or that's just it. That's just it. They didn't pick her up where they is claiming to have picked that girl up from. Pick that baby from, and somebody lying. Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too, Takesha. What time they went by the AutoZone? Sure can't lie about the messages. Um, I'm thinking it had to be between 3 and 4 because the sister said she was at the shop between 4 and 4:30. So it had to been between 3 and 4.
And because of what I know, right? Because of what I know, I said, but who am I? Who am I, right? But the motherfucker that everybody's been listening to for the jump about this, pretty much. But when I said there's really no reason to search, I don't know. I don't know what more in between the lines y'all need to read and shit. I don't know when the last time 1+1 = 3. 4 months ago when I tapped out of this story before. And because of what I know, right? Because of what I know, I said, but who am I? Who am I, right? But the motherfucker that everybody's been listening to for the jump about this, pretty much.
I don't know what the point of that was. These videos that they finding under Zaya is disturbing. That Bedford leads to East Warren, the direction she was heading. Yes, I know. What I was trying to figure out is where exactly did they pick her up from? And she also has to cross East Warren to get to her grandma's house, which they saying now that the grandma then sold her house or whatever. She planning to sell it. You said rewind it where he said read between the. It wasn't a complete video. It was just that them few seconds. So I don't even know what that was even about. I'm gonna go to YouTube. That's why it's a trial, so they can look. They can hurry up with this trial. Okay. I don't know why her name keep wanting to slip my mind. Rain of Fire. It sounded like he said the title on the video was "Stop Looking for Nazaya." Nazaya. Well, some people say they closed the case. Some people say they still searching. Some people say they still collecting evidence. Yeah, Gwen, I don't know. I don't know. That's why I just exit off of it because it's pointless. Oh, my back is hurting. Well, he shouldn't say shit like that if that's what he is saying because it come off like he playing games and like he part of this fucking ring in some type of way. He shouldn't say shit like that, knowing that everybody want to know where's Nazaya is at for real. So and Shannon said ain't nobody. I think they want us to just like stop worrying about this. I think they keep trying to throw us in for loops so we can stop, just like most people gave up on that Kanika Jenkins story. It's definitely feeling like that. Yeah. So this is the latest one that I see 9 hours ago, so we can watch this one.
Naziah Harris. Naziah Harris. I've created a portal for you. Come into the light. Naziah, you showed me something today when I was at a four-way intersection at a light. I need you to re-show me that again. I can make sure I'm seeing this clearly. My vision was with you pointing on the ground, and you told me where you were at. By this building. Okay, you're still showing me this red building. Where are you at? You're with your grandma. Where is your grandma? Okay, you're showing me this red building. Red, is it a house? Red house. A lot of trash on the ground. I'm looking at this broken glass window, maybe basement. You're in the basement. You're in the basement in this red house, red building. You're in the ground near the basement. Okay, now I'm seeing this white house. Is this a house? It's like a trailer with black, I don't know, like a black out, like the black roof, white and black, 254, 2543, 2543. There's, I hear wind chimes. There's wind chimes. There's chimes. Is this beer bottles? Maybe glass? There's a bike. There's a bike in the floor in front of this white pickup truck. Old pickup truck, though. There's also a red car in the driveway. There's a dog barking. There's a man. That's the guy who was behind you dancing. He came out the door. Where's your grandma? Wait, is this your grandma's house? No? Okay. Why am I seeing him? Because he knows I'm dead. Okay. Did he have something to do with it? She said he had a role in it. He played a role, but he didn't kill her. Okay. 8. Why am I saying 8? What is 8? Lot 8? Lot 8. 88273. A. 88273A, lot 8. Okay. There's a hawk. I'm seeing the hawk. Why am I seeing this hawk? She said to follow the hawk and you'll find her. There's a white church across the street. Okay. She said they hid her so good that a lot of people are missing, that everyone is so close. Why do I feel like we're running out of time? She said, because they say I must cross over, but she don't want to until she's found. Why am I singing Eagle Street? What's Eagle Street and Hawthorne? Okay, I'm seeing the gas station. She said up the road from the gas station and she'll be there. Okay. He smokes cigarettes, don't he? This man who was dancing with you, he smokes. He's also sick. Something's wrong with his liver and kidneys. He need to go check his lungs because those cells are building up, looking like cancer. The grandma is the mastermind behind this all. She's controlling everything that her daughter say and do. She'll let them take the blame before she does, and she's behind it all. Why is your grandma putting makeup on you? She said it was okay to make a man happy. You look like you're 5 years old. 4 or 5. Naziah, how old are you? 7. And why is she getting you dressed up? Why is she putting makeup on you in the bathroom? She's saying just make him feel good one time, and he won't bother you no more. This is the man who was dancing with you. He paid her. Oh, he paid her light bill. Brought groceries in the house. Helped to pay her rent. Hawk. No, there's a brown truck, like a golden pickup truck. Who drives that? Your uncle's friends. Okay. I'm seeing this little boy play with you in the yard, and this little girl.
I just hit pause, y'all. Did y'all hear about them? Somebody taking up for Mark. No, for Mark taking up for Eric Gamble, the one that has the SO record that was dancing in a video with Naziah. He basically, it was said that he said that Eric said a white lady lied on him. And then, yeah. Did anybody else catch that? Tay, you said yes. Are you saying yes to me or you in the comments? Did anybody hear that Eric Gamble, the man that was dancing in the video with Nazaya inappropriately, was charged because of a white woman lying on him? And Mark D was upholding that story for Eric. He said they lied on him. So why would he say that, or why would he support Eric knowing that there was an inappropriate video circulating the internet, clearly that was inappropriate with Nazaya? And now Miss, what's her name, Rain, is basically confirming that it was some sexual encounters that took place because Eric was giving some type of monetary gift, food, something to Annette. I would never take up for somebody that I see clearly is trying to push up on a child. And this is what I mean when I say, like, just keep letting them talk. Just keep letting them talk. And I feel like when we let them talk, depending on what they support and, you know, their mindsets about certain things and things like that, that's going to determine if they're guilty or not. Because remember, I say they're guilty until proven innocent. And the more that they talk, it's going to either show that they're a part of this fucking ring or they're not. And to say something like that about clearly a person who touch on children is crazy to me. I don't care what he said. You think a pedo gonna tell you they're a pedo? No, they're not. They're not gonna tell you anything. They're gonna convince you that they're not. 144 in the chat. Thank you,
Somebody's walking
Spirit.
in drunk and touching
I
on
love
your
a
thigh.
confirmation. Some off.
Someone's walking in drunk, touching on your thigh, and you are crying. You're tearing up. Your grandmother sees. She looks at you. She acts like she doesn't see, but she's giving you this look like you better do it right. And she goes in the kitchen and stirs up the pot.
I agree.
I don't want to say this, but I got to. You're asleep and you're being picked up from the couch. Dizzy. You're dizzy. I feel like I'm in a whole different scene now. Wait. I'm seeing Jarvis. I'm seeing your grandma. I'm seeing all of them. So you were drugged? Drunk? All right. Oh, they took the baby out. There's a, I don't know what it, or make at least half of it, because it's on the floor. But the floor is like grayish blue. But you're still alive. But you are You're out of it. You're barely hanging on. Your pulse is dropping. Just show me. They just showed me they decapitated her head while she was still alive. And she felt everything, and they did this from the back. They didn't even want to look at her in the face. So then they started with your right arm, and now she's showing me a number 8273. Your leg, your other leg, arm, down your abdomen.
Right.
And your grandma is telling them where to put you. She is saying, bury this in my backyard. Bury this part in my backyard. I bet it has to do with your teeth. Did they pull out your teeth? No. Okay. What part of you is with your grandma? Your face. The hardest part, the most difficult part. Give me the building number. How does this house look? It's bluish gray. There's black. Okay, I see black
Thank you.
bars. I see something gray. Is this like a black gate on the window on the door?
Hey, girl.
Somebody likes drinking Coke. Why am I seeing Coke? Coca-Cola. Why or is this Pepsi? Why am I seeing this? She said they thought it would melt something, but it wouldn't work. So they tried to melt you? Or how did they dispose of your body? Naziah, sorry. Flames. Okay. Flames. Then they broke her up to more pieces. And she's showing me this red building. She said to follow Hawthorne. Everybody's on the right road. And to check out her grandma's house. She's there too. 27. What is 27? I see a lock. Why am I seeing a lock and a key? What is she hiding? Is it a safe? What is it? Storage. Is your teeth in the storage? What's in the storage? She has a storage building? There's a Best Buy. She said in the storage building, you'll find me. I see a shirt, a bloody shirt. Okay. I'm going to release you, Lazaya. I release you from me. Thank you.
What y'all think about that? It's like, oh my goodness. I don't know. Like, I truly feel like they're not going to find the Zion. Although I would want them to, because obviously it would help with the case and all of that. But, them some wicked, evil people. Amazing Grace say, you think her body is still whole and a baby's still within her. Cherry says, I don't think they're working hard enough at this point. But I definitely think she a lot closer than far out. She a lot closer than what we think. Oh, Cherry. She either would have had the baby by now, or if she's not alive, she'll still be with child if they were to find her body. Oh Lord, somebody up. Oh, 3-minute video, okay. Let me check that. So you think she alive? You think she was alive in a hotel for days before she could have been eligible? Could have been. Stephanie, I'm finna go to that right now. Scotty, get in the bed and don't be so loud, okay? Hey Malika, Grand Rising. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Make sure y'all hit the like button, please. If you can, if you're feeling up to it. Send me some super stickers. Your girl finally monetized now. Hey, shut the door back. Let me share my screen with y'all real quick. Look, I thought about that too, Miss Sexy. Like, what if she is being hid out somewhere? Or they just kept her till she had the baby and then got rid of her? Or just dismembered her like they saying a lot in these readings? Or, you know, I try not to attach myself with no outcome. I just pay attention to what I feel, y'all. But I'm open to their perspectives as well. Uh, okay, let me get to the comments. Okay, I don't know why that's so. You know what, Miss Sexy? That Sexy Red song always be in my head when I read your name, and I don't even like Sexy Red music like that. Get it sexy. I hear it every time. Okay, Burgerton is hit. Okay, what I miss? Jocelyn, hey girl. She said I had to take a break for a few days, lady. Yes, I do it too. I do it too. It get overwhelming. You said you also requested a reading via email, Queen Malika. From who? You requested a reading from who? For me? I checked my emails. I didn't see it. See no email. What happened? Thank you, Amazing Grace. Oh, Malika. Okay, I'm gonna check my email. You sent it to Lady Isis 144. I'm gonna have to check that. I check it a couple times throughout the day. I didn't see it. You must have sent it after I checked. But I'll definitely get back with you on that. They can't see you. You said I'm requesting the catch up, sis. Please guide me to where I need to go back. It's been weighing on me heavy. Okay. Malika, you talking about regarding the Zayas case where you should start? Patricia, they need to charge everybody. Yeah, okay, so my comments are kind of got a delay, so yeah. Okay, let me play this for y'all. It's only about 3 minutes long. Okay,
But the
I would
majority
suggest
of my comments have been very
I created a playlist for Naziah Harris case. Click the playlist on my YouTube and then start there. Start at the very first video and then work your way down or up depending on how it's set up.
very, very positive, very encouraging, and very good and nice. And I just want to say thank you to everyone and thank you for your support. The reason why this Naziah Harris case has affected me so strongly because I knew someone who was just like Naziah Harris. And I feel like a lot of us either know someone just like Naziah or have known someone or ran into someone just like her. When I was 12 years old, I met this 13-year-old girl and she thought that she was pregnant. And it got to the point where she was like a 13-year-old, but she was in like a 27-year-old body. Like she was very, very, very active to the point where she kept running away from home. And my parents just told me to stay away from her because she was fast. And then that was it. But I didn't really think about this girl until now. From the outside looking in, I'm pretty sure Naziah Harris was judged. She was considered fast. But no one really looked at the fact that maybe she's acting like this because she had to grow up fast or she was being groomed to be like this. So, since making my videos, I have actually been communicating with a lot of people that has been out to different addresses trying to find her, dig for her. However, a lot of these people, they are alone, they are scared, they are being followed, and they just can't do it like they want to. Many people are commenting, are making videos, are liking. Thank you for sharing, liking, commenting, making videos. However, there are many people out there who's really trying to go and find her, but they will gather a search party and only one person will show up. So no, it's just not for videos for me. I really want and I really hope that she is found. I don't think a lot of y'all understand how the spirits communicate. If they know that you can get their message out and you can talk to them and you're gifted, they're going to keep coming to you. until they get to the finish line, until they feel comfortable to move on. So therefore, if you are tired of watching me, my content, or my videos, please move on because I really don't give a damn. And more videos are coming. I'm not going to stop until she's found. And I'm going to help other missing children. You just don't watch me.
I feel like I have not applied somewhere else. Okay. Is another piece of her out here? There is another piece of her out there, but it's like more to the left. But stay there though. Don't. We need something. You want me to move her? No, I want you to dig there. I don't got nothing to dig with. Oh, that's okay. You. Still here in the shovel. Somebody must have brought the shovel out here. This wasn't here earlier.
And that was the end of that. I don't know if she have a longer video, but that was the end of that. So I guess the point of that was to show those big barrels, like y'all said, in that area. Yeah, they all getting the same energy about the location. Ooh. Mm, mm, mm. And y'all know what? I did want to say something because she brought up a good point. When I was in I think that was like seventh grade, all of my friends were sexually active, every last one of them. And I remember specifically this one girl who did think she was pregnant too, but she was like, "Yeah, I've been having sex since I was 12 or 11 or something like that." And I just remember just listening to her talk, and she will be considered one of those girls that was fast because she was just like always in the boys' faces and real. She wore her clothes a certain way, just real like attention seeking. And I didn't remember thinking about that, so I got grown. Like, oh, that baby probably was definitely getting touched on at an early age that led to her being so promiscuous. But like the things that my friends used to say to me in middle school was wild. Like the type of positions they used to be in, and how they used to sneak and do it when their parents wasn't around, and all type of stuff they used to be telling me. And I was the only one, me and my best friend at the time was the only one who was not sexually active at that time. And I just find that really strange. And wow. Malika says, I listened to the baby and trust she was not fast. I think she was highly intelligent, had a voice. When I watched her video, she was very sweet with every part. Yeah, I feel the same way. I just feel like they groomed her to become something that she was not. And right, they definitely belittled Naziah and basically used her body for whatever they wanted, what they needed. People people do it all the time. Especially people that's on drugs, they'll sell their kids in a heartbeat. And I don't put it past it that these people is on drugs. Something is off with them. Let me search for something on Facebook. Right. Is Nazia's mother a bulldagger? Is she a lesbian or something, y'all? I ain't trying to be funny, but I'm looking at this picture and I'm about to show y'all what I'm looking at. Because that could have confused her too. Because I noticed in one of the videos that the Nazia did look a little tomboyish. But this is her mother right here. Can y'all see that? Make it a little bigger. She looked more like on the lesbian side now. She might have crossed over. Because that's definitely giving stud. No judgment. I'm just saying that could also played a role as well. Ain't no telling what Nazia was around, what she seen, what she was exposed to. Um, Prior to being touched. I don't know. I just feel like Roxy and this Mark is trying to play savior in this situation. And I don't like that. You play savior till it's time for you to actually be savior in the situation where when they went live and all of a sudden you don't want to talk, but you led everybody to believe that you're going to talk, you're going to interview them, you're going to do this, that, and the third. And yeah.
It's today or yesterday. I want to say they came today because today's a Monday, but it's official. Shannon's kids have been taken out of her custody by CPS. I wish they would have took the kids sooner. Honestly, this is really, really good news. But I really feel like in some way Nazia is saving her cousins from this happening. And then this is the sad thing, but it really sucks that this had to happen for those kids to be even taken away out of Shannon's care. So yeah, Shannon has, she lost her kids. And of course, what I looked into also, Shannon is probably going to be on the run, y'all. That's why I feel like they need to take Shannon in for questioning. I don't know exactly why, they haven't really done a deep dive into Shannon and the fact that Shannon has lied under oath. But I'm pretty sure they will take that into account during the trial. Everybody who's made a statement, they're going to examine everything people are saying. Y'all, Shannon lost her kids. CPS came and got the kids today or yesterday. I want to say they came today.
He said, wait, look at the kids. I've missed a lot. Yeah, they took the kids. I mean, yes, that's what they're saying. Knee Deep said, wait, what she lie about? Right next. Your mom used to call you fast. You was young. You didn't even know what that meant. Yeah, I was called fast too. I didn't know what it meant either. I had no idea what that meant. That's what they saying too. They saying both of their kids. Both of their kids was taken. Yeah, I'm so freaking hungry. Like, I need to eat. I've really been eating. March 7th. March 7th. That's what Kim said when they were giving statements and charges, excuse me, in September. Let me check their page, see if they posted anything. I'm sure they did, but it's worth a try. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying. Press conference. That was Shannon's child. She had him January 2023, supposedly. Right here. She had him January 2023. See, look. 127.23. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think so too, Stephanie. I think so too. But I'm still checking it. They don't be on their phone all day for nothing. He said, not trying to be rude, they really believe in the mediums. Um, as a person who channel myself, it just depends on who I resonate with. I'm pretty sure by now they have fake babies. Okay. Say hi, they body. Snatch this baby. Ripped her, purchase mine. Mm-hmm. Terrible. Yeah, definitely child neglect and endangerment. Absolutely. Said had a baby in January. Natalia went missing in January, made a year this year, January. Wow. Natalia went missing January 2024. Annette had her, I mean, not Annette. Shannon had her baby January 2023. So yes, I wanted them to investigate deeper too, but it's like they just taking what they have because they can't find her body. Nothing much. We just on here chit chatting. How do you send it? Like underneath the chat box, it should be like a money sign right there, Malika. Wait, is this new? Oh no, this ain't new. This old. Okay, good. Right, that child is one right now. You said you wonder what was Annette's childhood like. Definitely dysfunctional. It's sad my mama isn't home, the boys. This must be a different Annette. Wait a minute. Let me see what they got on TikTok. So Annette had her first child at 11. Yeah, that's what they say. That's what the family said. We go put it on the family. Her family saying that. The second and we fucking like she need me. Then I make her back real easy. That's the type of shit that a nigga be on. Too much on my mind right now. Looking for me sucker that I need to be found right now. Up on my mind right now. Hope you understand. Bitch, I'm the man. Hey. I know, right? It definitely reminded me of Kanika Jenkins too, y'all. When was this? No, no, no. I ain't gonna be on here too much longer. I want to see what's going on TikTok. I just wanted to come in and tap in with y'all.
Live from the federal courthouse with this story. Andres.
Shayna, on Tuesday, Michigan State Police referred the missing persons case to the U.S. Marshals, who jumped on it. Within a few hours, they were on their way to Port Huron to a house there.
They would not allow us to come in the home to speak with them, to speak with anybody else that was inside the home, which threw up some flags for us.
Deputy U.S. Marshal Robert Watson was one of the investigators at the Port Huron house Tuesday looking for a 14-year-old girl who was reported missing in September 2021.
I had run away from a foster home and potentially had been picked up by a non-custodial parent.
With a search warrant, law enforcement went into the home.
Let me exit out of that. I don't think that's about Natalia. I don't want to be spreading no misinformation. Let me exit out of that. It said 2021. Also to Malika, if you want, you can see me a message on TikTok too. I'll get it. If I haven't responded through email or if you. All right, Stephanie, enjoy your day. It's up to you though. I think all of them been visiting him in jail. Shit, all of them. Billie Jean, thank you, gal. She says she watching at work. I keep saying that they need to search in the abandoned school on the east side, Everson Street. Yeah, yeah, that's the one off Harper.
Yeah, it's one of them real ones.
Can't do the music. Good morning, Keish. Her grand rising. I ain't gonna be on here too much longer, but we chilling now. Yeah, y'all. I think this supposed to be where they turned the sound up when we was trying to figure out what she said in the kitchen. I still couldn't make out what she said, but I'll play it. I still couldn't make out what she said.
I said it's into lines for one state. Yeah. So, yeah. So, I'm going to heard of her business. This is really, John, I don't want to be that.
Yeah, I still couldn't hear that. I couldn't hear that. I don't think so. Sheila, I don't think they did. Are you going to drop the link? I'm not sure who you're talking to. Queen, I swear, I feel like she's right. Yeah, more than likely I feel like if she is going to be found, it will be somewhere close. Right. Right now.
I watched a podcast that Roxy and I believe her cousin were on when her cousin came out and talked about the essay that happened to her at the hand of Shannon and her twin.
Yeah, Sierra
made an attempt to confront them and they kind of just, swept it under the rug. Yeah, we're here for you, cousin. We need to talk. I thought that she had mentioned something that Neziah and Shannon were pregnant at the same time. She said, and I know Janelle was on another podcast with Community Advocate and was saying that she had 5 children. It was almost 6. Was she pregnant at the time that she went missing?
Yeah, I believe she had a baby in January 2023.
Okay, so the year prior. So she had the last baby, it looked like, from her Facebook in January of 2023.
Right, so she would have had 5, and then I believe Shannon miscarried 1.
Okay. Wow.
Let's run that number up for the petition. Try to post it, both petitions to get other people to sign. So let's run the number up because, the more people that's concerned and show it by signing, the more we can go about making a change or a law, and even to get everybody responsible held accountable.
Yeah, I agree. Because if anybody's gonna stick together, women are.
Yep, and that we are. Amen.
I have a question, and somebody in the comments asked this: how did you perceive Jarvis before?
I didn't think that he was that kind of a person. He was like a shy, and I'm here and I'm not here. Like he moved around real quick and he had his head down. So, I saw him, but I didn't pay attention to him, I guess, until how you really think about somebody. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh yeah, he didn't have his head up. He did kind of put his head down. He was moving quick.
Kind of like a sneaky type.
Yeah.
But believe it or not, they pick their victims very well. These kind of men pick their victims very well, and they know who they can run game on. And now he probably looked at your face and knew that you wasn't the one. And he knew that when he looked at Shannon, she was the one. Mm-hmm. If you listen to the jail phone call and stuff like that, he's talking to his fiance and he's going off on her, talking about, yeah, I gave you the ring, but such and such and such. And then he even made a statement that said, everybody know what it is with Shannon.
Yeah.
He's a master manipulator. Make no mistake about it. He's acting in court like he's shy, but if you listen to his phone conversations, he is not shy at all. That is just the act. Please don't believe that.
Right.
Well, he gonna put on that performance for who he could put on that performance for. He had a
hey host, you could drop me down.
You're right. A performance. You're right.
They all checked off all the same boxes when they went up on that stand. Every single one of them. The fiance he didn't have kids with, she looked like she put a little more effort in that morning. But they all, for the most part, checked off the same boxes.
Lonely, desperate, low self-esteem, and or maybe a victim.
Yeah. All right. One last question I have is it had came up in conversation on the Advocate Network. The Advocate Network that Janelle was on, that there was an incident with a 35-year-old neighbor who had autism, who lived in a group home. That's why she was instructed. I guess CPS got involved. Somehow or another, I don't know if they were insinuating Annette didn't want to press charges or CPS didn't, but they made her move. That's why she moved into a different home on Bedford.
She didn't move. She bought that house. So she was living in the house and then she bought a house and that's the house she bought. That's where she was at.
Oh, so was there an incident that she was aware of with the neighbor?
From what I understand.
And was that reported by her or she kind of just
blew it off, swept it up under the rug?
Okay.
I bet you one thing. I bet you that that there are going to be more victims coming out. I can bet money on that. It could be from his own children to neighborhood children. It's just going to be so many more victims.
Well, there's quite a few out there now.
Well, was he a victim? I mean, I'm not giving him no pass by far. I'm just trying to understand the profile of the person that we're talking about.
From what we understand, his mother's friend made him a victim.
He had a baby when he was 13.
13, from what we understand.
So, and that's probably why the grandmother raised him and the sister.
Probably.
JP, do you have a question?
I do. Do you guys hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So there was rumors going around that Annette was married or is married, and that her husband was also into the same type of activities that Jarvis is, where he would go to hotels with underage girls. And
this is why I pop on people's panels. So Annette is not married.
Okay.
And when she was married, her children were not adults.
Okay.
That's the Charles who they said was messing with kids.
Now, if you want to know about that part, from what I understand, when Annette was married, her husband by the name of Charles raped her daughter, which is Lady, and she did nothing about it.
Lady's oldest child is not Charles, is it?
No, Messiah is Bari is not.
No, not Naziah, her brother.
No.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Hello, Miss Roxy. Again, you have my condolences.
So I watched a podcast that Roxy and I believe her cousin were on when her cousin came out and talked about.
Well, we heard that Annette ex-husband Charles, S.A. Lady, her oldest daughter, and that can be the very reason that Lady questioned and suffers with her identity right there. That's it. I just want to know if Charles' last name is Bussy. And if it was, that was an older guy, like much older than Annette. I signed a petition too. I need to get the link.
Y'all, Jarvis Book just told the inmate that he wasn't the one that unalived Naziah, it was Shannon. They also said, he said up in the courtroom that I wasn't the one that unalived that girl, Shannon did. Baby, Mark got the intel. Mark is the dude that's been uploading the videos, that's been speaking to the family, that's been doing the YouTube. He got all the good intel, y'all. Not only that, Mark also stated that he have been getting hands put on him while he was in there. That's why he was limping. So that limp was real. They had really been handling business up in there, as they should. Mark also stated that they had to move him to where like the pedos at or people that's suicidal and stuff. They had to move him over there for like to protect him, like the jail, whatever. Not only that, Mark stated that when he was talking to Shannon said that she did. They was asking her like, why she asked him like where the body in his neck. So Shannon said she did ask him, and he told her that his lawyer told him not to speak about the case with nobody. Baby, child, all of this is allegedly, but it's leaning on real because baby Mark got inside the house and everything. He did everything we could So, baby, it's all this every day is something new. This case is growing. It got spins, it got turns, it got loops. Let's just stay tuned. Y'all, Jarvis Book just told the inmate that he wasn't the one that unalived Nazaya, it was Shannon. They also said he said up in the courtroom.
Hmm. It is Charles Bussey, huh? He was much older than where's my notebook? I wrote down his information. He was so Annette was born November 1961. Let me do this math. I think he was about, if this is the same person, he had to been like 25 years older than Annette or something like that. Definitely giving sugar daddy. But the sugar that he wanted was apparently her children. Right. Now he ain't want Annette sugar. I think Miss Baby Shanahan. Everyone is speculating, some just stick to what the facts is. Yeah, I even base my speculations around the facts. If it wasn't really nothing that I heard in court, then I don't really believe it. I just speculate around the facts. I listen to the speculations, but at the end of the day, the court is only gonna deal with the facts. So Miss Sexy Ray, of course, I know you are right, but if you can't think it, she knows exactly what happened. If she did nothing about her daughter being touched by her husband at the time, then you know for a fact she sat back and watched Nazaya and offered her off, auctioned her off. Her highest bidder, which she can get the most out of, because y'all know a lot of the Matrix mothers be so money hungry and money driven and conditional in all of their ways. And they love money more than their own kids. So it ain't too far fetched. Damn, I didn't mean to press that. Hey, Ross. Right. And barely that. Yeah, I said about 25 years. It's 23 years. I just did put it in the calculator. So if Annette was born in 1961, her husband was born in 1938. If this is the same Charles Bussey, they had a 23-year difference. And in 2007, November of 2007, it said that he passed away at the age of 68. So that would have made Annette at the time 45. If this is the same person, if these numbers are correct. And Annette is about 63 right now. So she would have likely have been single or unmarried for about 18 years now. Tanisha said Matrix. What you mean, Matrix? That's why y'all got to tune in to some of my other content before I even started talking about Natalia, so you know what I mean when I say certain things. That facts. She had a checkered top, light blue pants, and blue and white shoes. Not verbatim, but yeah, I did say Matrix mothers. I absolutely did. In case you don't know, I talk a lot about the Matrix family dynamic. And in case you don't follow me on TikTok, you probably should go check out some of my content on TikTok to get more familiar with my terminology. But basically, the Matrix family dynamic and the Matrix mother, okay, is a very callous, narcissistic, money-driven, conditional loving mother archetype. Okay. A lot of the traumas that be passed on to the children is by way of the Matrix mother. And for men, that Matrix mother creates a like what they call it. I had the right term for that. Like a mother anima within the psyche of the male. Matrix people are extremely materialistic. Absolutely. So, and what we got to know is the mother is the Lilith. Like, you know how if any of you are familiar with like the birth charts, everybody has a birth chart, and within that birth chart, it basically breaks down your purpose, what type of personality you have, what type of field you should be working in, you know, your destiny and all of those things. So there's a part in your birth chart that speaks about the Lilith. If your mother is a distorted feminine, okay, and that is how the Matrix operate in very distorted energy. So you had the distorted masculine, the distorted feminine. So if your mother is your Lilith, okay, in that chart, she is the one responsible for creating a healthy psyche in the child or a toxic psyche in the child. If your mother is unhealed, like Annette, we can use Annette as an example. She's an unhealed woman who was traumatized as a child, who was taken advantage of as a child. She was the Lilith, an example for her children. Everybody has that Lilith in their chart. your mother is supposed to either nurture that Lilith energy within you, or she's going to be the demise of that. She's going to be the downfall of that. So it really goes down to the psyche. Okay, the psyche. I hope y'all picking up what I'm putting down. Okay, but if you still a little confused about that, just go to some of my content and really listen to what it is that I'm saying and how I'm trying to break it down, because the Lilith is your mother in your birth chart. The Lilith energy is your mother. The Matrix uses that distorted Lilith energy to traumatize the child, to pass on the generational curses. Okay, good. And I'm able to speak about it, and it resonates with so many people because it's the same energy. Your experience might not have been exactly like mine in the Matrix, dealing with the Matrix archetypes, family dynamics, but the energy was the same. The energy was the same. Very distorted, very conditional, you know, or what some may describe as walking on eggshells within the family, or not feeling safe in the family, emotionally depleted, or your parents being emotionally unavailable to you. All of that is on purpose. All of that is how the Matrix operates. The family dynamic and religion go hand in hand. The family dynamics, fundamentals, and religion goes hand to hand. I'm saying, can Shannon even run? I don't know. At this point, she lost half her body size, so maybe so. Maybe she'd be on the walk. I don't even know what y'all talk about in these comments, but yeah. Theirs was extreme. Yes. But there are many kinds of principalities attached to the Matrix family dynamic that are equally just as detrimental to the psyche of the child and the development of the child. You want to go lay down? So if that mother is unhealed, not seeking to be healed, then the cycle repeats. He says the locket chain on the fridge. Huh? Put your arm down. Hey, Miss Keela. Right, fear-based unpredictability, instability. Yeah. Yeah, it is mind-blowing, Keela. Yep. It's just, it thrives off of fear. They have to instill fear in the child one way or the other by way of the Matrix. That's just how it is. Okay. Now, where did I leave off at? And yeah, that's just it, Malika. See, they exploit all vulnerabilities. the Matrix family and the Matrix systems, they're all the same. It's just systems. So they all exploit your vulnerabilities. That is how trauma is invoked, or that is how trauma is passed on. They have to exploit the vulnerabilities of the child. So in every way that the child is meant to feel safe and secure, it's exploited in every way. See you later. You say, Miss Q say, hey. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, I do. My poor mama was, mine was too. Mine was too. And I'm talking about this lady keep a clean house. She keep herself together. From the outside looking in, you would never imagine the horror that we experienced as children. My mama was definitely a mommy dearest archetype. Absolutely. Very mean. I was just telling someone the other day, and I think this was the first time I really said these things out loud. Like, when it came to us eating as children, my mama did not cook after 6. I can't even remember a time when my mama cooked after 6, or unless it was for her husband, the man that she put before her children. If it was something that he wanted. Why? Because he was the one paying the bills. He was the one giving her checks. He was the one basically her fucking whatever the hell he was to her. He was the one that was sacrificing himself for her, right? So we couldn't eat after 6. We couldn't cook nothing after 6. We couldn't even put popcorn in the microwave after 6. Why? Because she didn't want to smell food in her sleep. My mom was very strict, very, what some people will call frugal, but I don't call it frugal. It was abusive. She didn't want us flushing the toilet after too many times a day. She wanted to keep the water bill down. We had to take too many showers. That's trauma. That's trauma. And it could be things that sounds as subtle as that, but it still could be traumatizing to the child. It took for me to get grown and realize that, oh, I pay my own water bill. I could take a 10-minute, 15, 30-minute shower if I want. And then that's when I realized that it wasn't even that the bill was high, because how is it that I live in a house with me and my children and a water bill don't even be that high? And it was just us 3 growing up, me, her, my other sibling. And she complained about the water all the time, the lights all the time. Everything was always a complaint. Make you feel very uncomfortable and just not safe, walking on eggshells. It was always something we did wrong, always. She didn't like no dishes in the sink ever. No dishes in the sink. My mama house is so clean, you probably couldn't eat your food off her floor. So I was doing dishes at age 4, standing on a damn stool. Right. That I was doing the same thing. No, there's things like that the demonic matrix mother archetype will do. She do things that are just so fucking wicked and unnecessary. Then guess what? She put that same man that she put before her kids. She not even with him no more, and your relationship with your children are severed, completely destroyed, because of the choices that she made when raising us, when she chose money over her children. Nothing is a coincidence. Nothing that's happening with Nazia's family is a coincidence. These are the seeds that they planted. Healthy seeds, healthy roots, healthy fruits. You get whatever you plant. 444 on the timestamp. You get whatever you plant. That's why I don't feel sorry for parents who cry wolf on the internet talking about, oh, my kids done cut me off and my kids don't let me see the grandkids. I don't feel sorry for those type of parents, because what type of seeds did you plant? I don't feel sorry for them type of parents at all. Your children are not going to cut you off for no reason. It was something that you absolutely did and been doing and don't want to change, don't want to take accountability for. And guess what, Malika? She didn't even make it mandatory for me to get straight A's. I always got straight A's. She never acknowledged it. It was like I was always constantly working to appease her and please her when she never was pleased with me doing great. I did excellent in school. I was in all the activities. Yeah. The Matrix mother archetype is something else. A wicked, wicked, wicked person at the core. And you get exactly what you plant. Whatever seeds you plant in your children is going to sprout and it's going to produce fruit. Now, if you want them to grow up like Shannon, like Lady, and wind up like Nazia, plant seeds like Annette. Choose men and money over your children and grandchildren. I refuse. I'm not choosing no man over my kids, ever. I'm not sacrificing, because every choice you make requires a sacrifice. You know, they're saying too much is given, much is required. Every choice you make requires a sacrifice. I'm not willing to sacrifice my children for no man. He gonna have to be in alignment with what me and my children got going on. And if he's not, then don't need you. Simple. Bye. You apologize to them whenever you have to get on them. Yeah, and that's it right there. That's it. Acknowledging what you've done and having a discernment and the ability to reflect on your own decisions and choices and how it may have affected your children, and you act accordingly. You apologize and you do whatever it takes to make sure that you maintain a healthy and safe environment for you and your child's relationship to thrive. A lot of times parents don't love their children past infancy. They be infatuated with the fact that they got this little newborn baby and don't even think about that this child has to grow up one day, and you as a mother are required to transform with that child as that child grows up and become their own individual person. See, the problem that the Matrix mother has is that she doesn't know how to adjust to the individuality of the child, because she thinks that love is control. So she seeks to control her child. And then when the child is not able to be controlled, now she hates the child. Now she resents the child. Now she's envious of the child and jealous. And now she's going to try to sabotage the child and create delays for that child to grow, to thrive, to feel safe. You see how sick that is? It's sick. And I'm sorry, I don't want nobody like that around my children. However they feel about you is how they feel about your children. That could be your mother, your father, any relative, friend, whoever. It don't matter. How they treat you is how they gonna treat your children. And them that type of people I don't need around my kids. You're counterproductive to what I'm trying to instill in my children. You're trying to reverse all the curses that I'm breaking. Cali girl, hey. Oh yeah. I can break it down real good, okay? Siete, is that Siete? I can break it down real good. So where it resonate with you on a soul level, because why? The energy is the same. The energy is the same. So your mom used to tell you to get out the mirror, the body shaming. Yeah, all of that. Cause she jealous. She jealous of the person you're becoming. Instead of embracing you as her child and allowing you to thrive in your own individuality and your own thinking and encouraging you to be your own critical thinker, she rather create blocks and sabotage situations for you. What'd you say, Miss Keela? Oh wait, Lucy said something too. Lucy says, do y'all can answer that question. What's crazy now is seeing these girls growing up, having babies and thinking it's cute just to be pregnant and having a cute baby. Right, right. You know how many of our mamas had babies because they think the baby was gonna be cute and they was infatuated with the thoughts of a baby, that they didn't even think beyond that. They didn't even think beyond that. Like, oh, I actually have to raise this child. That's why a lot of the Matrix mother thinks that, oh, I took care of you. I made sure I bought you everything. I provided for you. I did this. Everything is always based on the things that they did for you materialistically. They think that they really ate by doing things for you materialistically, but abandon you emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually. No, you did the bare minimum, ma'am, sir. You did the bare minimum. You said, woo, child, this ain't so personal. I feel my mind on loudspeaker. Yeah, listen. Uh-huh. You say body shaming, micromanaging, controlling, triangulation, gaslighting, passive aggressive. Absolutely. And you write that book. You write that book because you say you wasn't even allowed to have a mirror for years. That is so weird. That is absolutely weird. And the Matrix mother, she will sabotage your romantic relationships. I remember one day my mother seeing, it was like she seen how my first boyfriend, well, he was kind of like my first boyfriend, the one that I really bought around the family, whatever, but she seen how he was looking at me, and I think he had a look of admiration, but in her sick mind, she noticed that he was looking at me a certain way. I didn't realize this till I reflected back on that moment. Like, my mama was jealous at the fact that somebody else loved me or cared for me, and she sabotaged that relationship. She sabotaged that whole relationship. Matrix mothers are scorned women at the core. They are scorned. They are miserable. Misery loves company, and they're gonna do everything that they can to make you miserable and make you question yourself, make you feel low about yourself. It's a shame. It is a shame. Then you question them about it, they do play stupid, like they don't know what you're talking about, or like you crazy. Like, no, that's not what happened. That is what happened. And since you don't want to take accountability for what you did and the abuse that you called me, I'm cutting your ass off. Don't ever talk to me again. And I'll be quite all right. I'm going to sleep peaceful at night, knowing that I tried and you ain't give a fuck. So bye. They operate from a space of total disrespect and hatred. Total disrespect and hatred. They always going against the grain. Everything that you try to do to better yourself, to be successful at, they always want to create some space and energy for you to feel disapproved or like you're not doing good enough. You know? Then you start speaking up your truth, and you telling your truth, and you being yourself. They got a problem with that too. They'll start to distance themselves from you. The more truth you start speaking, they'll start to distance themselves from you. Why? Because they despise the truth. They'll even do things to mock you. Like my mama made me, like I was 9 months pregnant with my daughter. And at the time I was kind of no contact with her, but we wound up at my grandmother's house at the same time. And when she came into the space and area where I was in the house, I didn't say nothing to her. She didn't say nothing to me, but she said hi to my son. And you know, I'm like, whatever. I'm not even gonna go there with her. I'm already fucking tired. I'm big as a damn whale. I'm just ready to have this baby. Whatever. So then it was something, I don't know if something she did or said, I don't know, but I just remember me saying to her, like, I told you to stop contacting my son. If you want to send them gifts, if you want to, you know, see them, you need to contact me first. And you need to acknowledge what it is that I've been trying to talk to you about first before you can have access to my children. But see, narcissistic mothers, they don't care about your boundaries. They think that they're supposed to have access to your children as a grandparent, and that's wrong. And she surely found out. But anyway, she got mad about what it was that I said. And she walked over to me and said she's going to punch me in my fat face. And at the time, obviously, I was big and my stomach was big. I was big. So she was like, I'm going to punch you in your fat face, right? And then I got up because at that point, I'm forgetting that I'm 9 months pregnant and I'm you in my face. Now we finna fucking roll. We finna fight. We finna fight. And then I had to remember, like, oh my God, I'm pregnant. I got to stop. But before any blows could go, right? She started pulling out her phone and she started to record me. And then she sent that same video to family members to try to create a mockery out of me and to paint me as being crazy, to paint me as being some type of all the ways that she was, knowing that she came in the house and started that situation with me first. Knowing that she came in and started that situation. So those are the things that the Matrix mother will do. And narcissistic people in general, that's what they'll do. They want to make you out to be everything that they are. They do not want to take accountability. And they want to make you feel like you're crazy with the gang stalking and all of that. They want to try to get other people to go against you, to conspire. They create these groups for people to conspire against you. Hey. Pick fights and play victim. Yep. Like, why is you trying to fight your daughter and you know she pregnant? She wasn't happy when she found out I was having my first and only girl. She wasn't happy about it. That wasn't the first time she tried to attack me either. When my son was a newborn, she attacked me too. And I put him down, and we actually we fought. Because at that point, you're an enemy to me. At that point, I need to protect myself and my child, and she has no respect. You have no respect for your grandchild or me. So you think this somebody that I want to be around my children? I think the fuck not. You're not to be trusted. No. You say she would tell people you was on drugs. I think she had people thinking I was on crack too. Just for me telling the truth. Lady Isis, I took a pillow in the late 40s and tried to smother her ass. Oh my goodness. She was asleep, mouth wide open. What she said? Look, it was crazy the way that we tried to now I ain't ever tried that, but I can understand if she was that abusive to you, why you would think to do something like that. But I just I could not stand my mother at a point in my life, like really could not stand her. Now I'm to the point where it's like I don't care. Just stay from around me. Like you stay over there and I'm good over here. And then she would say things like, I had y'all to be my slaves, like talking about me and my sibling. I had y'all to be my slaves. She would say she hate kids. She will always call us out our name. Always. I think so too, Capricorn. I think I definitely gave her a lot of grace, a lot of time to get it right, a lot of times to, really work on our relationship. But I had to realize I wasn't the problem. It is the mother's responsibility and father to maintain a healthy relationship with their children. I'm never going to jeopardize me and my children's relationship because I want to be stubborn and scorn and try to control them. She hated kids and was running a daycare. Them be the main ones. Be working with children but don't even like children. That's because they like the money that children bring. That come with the children. Just doing things that, no, you're not a grandmother, you're not a mother, you're not none of that. I had to teach myself how to be a mother. A mother. Spirit had to teach me how to be a mother. The great mother shows me the way. And it requires a lot of accountability. It requires a lot of reflection. And it requires you to be in a space of groundedness so you are able to make sound decisions and you're not acting off impulse and being scorned at the core and hateful. Spirit showed me how to love myself first so that I could love my children from that space, that healthy space. You say, Lady Isis, don't say y'all can be you. Yeah. So I speak a lot about this because this is a real problem. This is a real problem in all family dynamics. All family dynamics. Right. And them be the main ones of so-called Christians. Be the most lethal. The most lethal. You say the commissioner grew up in was friends with Nazia's father. I've been I heard you can't find your child that you actively giving money. Right, right. That probably wasn't true what he was saying. But look, that's why his life turned out the way it turned out. Nothing is a coincidence. You can't mistreat children and think that you're going to thrive and experience this blissful life when all the seeds you planted was toxic. You think you're supposed to reap the benefits of a toxic seed and get bliss from that? No. Christian, thank you. You know, you gotta really live your life like you being recorded when nobody's around. Like when I get off of this screen and I'm living my life and nobody's seeing me, I live my life in a way that somebody is recording me all day long. Why? Because everything you do is going to produce fruit. Everything. That's why I say actually be a kind person behind closed doors. So you won't have to worry about lying. So you won't have to worry about your kids cutting you off. Actually have those hard conversations with your children behind closed doors so you can create that safe space within the family household. Actually allow your children the space to have voices so that they know how to defend themselves and stand up for themselves outside the home, and they be their authentic selves no matter what. This is how we create emotionally intelligent children. By guiding them and protecting them at the same time, not be authoritative and controlling. Your children are not you. They are their own individual person. They're not the same. They're going to have different thoughts. They're going to have different beliefs. They're going to have different, feelings. It is not the parent's job to control your child. It's not. Your job is to guide them. How would they learn if every move they make, you protecting them and shielding them from it? Yeah, I'm not saying don't protect and shield them, but you gotta let them learn something too. That's how they develop their critical thinking. They gotta experience some things to learn some things. That's how you gain wisdom, by experience. So if we're shielding them from all experiences, we're doing them a disservice by not allowing them to experience the necessary experiences to develop critically thinking skills and the necessary wisdom to trust their intuition and their own judgments. My mother, my grandmother, scorn. Other family members as women, scorn. They wanted me to be scorned just like them. They wanted me to be chasing behind a man just like them. They wanted me to feel like I wasn't pleasable, or not pleasable, what's the word? I wasn't desirable unless I had a man. They wanted me to feel like, you ain't shit unless you got a man. Well, I beg to differ. Because I'm my own person. I have the ability to critically think. I am emotionally stable. I genuinely care about my children. I unconditionally love them. That's things that they could never do. Then that's the foundation. I respect my children. That's the foundation for me. Respect is key, because where you find respect, you find unconditional love. Where you find unconditional love, you find loyalty. When you find loyalty, or where there's loyalty, there's also, so yes, that's why you embrace your children to be their own individual. Yes, they don't need to uphold no family image. Yes, yes, absolutely. Yep, and just be mindful. Being mindful of the things that you say to your children and how you say what you say. That requires the parent to be present mentally, not in survival mode. It requires the parent to be in the present moment so that you can build the self-esteem of your child, so that you can teach them what respect is, so they know what boundaries are, so they know how to react to disrespect, so they don't settle, so they know their worth. So they know that their thoughts and beliefs is valued. So they know, my thoughts matter. How I feel matter. That's what caring for your children is. It has nothing to do with the bare minimum shit that most toxic parents think. Oh, because you bathe, because you provide for your children, you feed your children, you put clothes on their back. That's basic and bare minimum. I told y'all that shit you can do for an animal. That's bare minimum. What about their mental, their psychological, their spiritual, the things that's going to carry them throughout life? You think in 10 years they're going to give a damn about some shit you bought them? No, they're not. But what is going to carry them is which seeds you have planted in their heart space. Okay? Because the heart works with the mind. Whatever is in the heart, whatever seeds been planted in the heart, whatever environment that was created by the parent that ties into the mental development of the child, then that's all on the parent. I take that very seriously. What'd you say? No, middle school does not have that baby station. So that was the reason that I really dived deep into this Naziah Harris case, because I could see what was happening here, just like most people can. We could see that this was a generational curse that needed to be talked about. This is a discussion that needs to be had. Yes, thank you, Kim. Thank you. But shout out to the people that's going to catch this replay. Make sure you leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. And let me know where you're from as well. I love to hear from you. But yes, that was the main reason that I really was drawn to this Naziah Harris case. So this is not a clickbait thing for me. Her story goes right in alignment with the messages that I teach and talk about. Thank you, Patricia. Kristen says she raised 2 daughters on her own, turned out great. They're 36 and 27, finished college and got their own certificates. But listen, that's awesome. That's awesome. You wanted the best for your children. I want the best for my children too. I want them to do way better than I did. I had a very shaky foundation. I don't have no support. I am the support. I lay it all out for my kids so that they can be even better. I'm the catalyst for the lineage to come. Me. I don't have the support from none of my family like that. From the mother as well, from my mother. You know, it's really like a slap in the face for you to have a child that you're not even gonna love for real. And then you tell me that I didn't tell you to have them kids, referring to my kids. But I didn't tell you to have me either, but you did. You know? You said that's what those type of mothers would say. I'm only required to put a roof over your head and shoes. Exactly. And when you turn 18, you can get out. My mama said that so much. I left at 17, y'all. I did her one better. I left at 17. I'm out of here. With the same guy that she tried to, she eventually sabotaged that relationship with. I moved out at 17. We went and got an apartment, and I was paying like $300 a month at the time. I'm out of here. Bye. I could not stand living with her. I hated it. To this day, that would be the last person. If she the last person on Earth house that I have to go to, I'm sorry. I had to sleep under a bridge or something. I can't. She said, I told my mother maybe in August that she told me everything except how to be mean. She said, mean? I said, yes, say what I mean what I say. Uh-huh. And I did. I learned a lot from her, too. I learned a lot of ways how not to be from my mother. And there were some things that she did say that was of value, but 95% of it wasn't. So I took, as I do now, I take some, I leave some, I take with some things that I learned as a kid that was the little things I did learn that was beneficial, and I take those things. I read a lot, and I study psychology, although I'm not a psychologist, but I study the psyche, psychoanalysis, and things like that. I make sure that, you know, I seek the information so that I'm able to apply it to my life and, you know, apply it to my children and things like that. So I didn't learn much from them, though. I learned everything how not to be. Thank you, Kristen. Wait a minute. Did I miss something, Malika? Y'all know when I'd be talking, I don't be reading the comments like that. He said, oh, y'all, don't let me leave out this part. Okay. You say you left at 18 too. She was telling you to leave. She said, yeah. She's like, I ain't gotta. So he said, no, I did you one better. I sure did her one better. I did. I left. Bye. And she ain't try to stop me either. She did not try to stop my ass. You say you never ever have lived with your baby. She's still with your mom. Is that what you're saying? You say one of the colonial jacket. Okay, you was gasping. Wow. Hey, Rena. I'm telling your story. Yeah. Because I'm telling y'all, the energy be the same. They work from that same distorted feminine and masculine energy. Very abusive, very neglectful. He said, man, one person just tell the truth. Yeah. You talking about with the case? Yeah. You ain't live with your mom after 13? For the most part, I would be at my grandma because my grandma was a lot easier for me to deal with, even though she was like a covert narcissist. Like, she was still easier to deal with. So I felt a little bit more what I thought was loved at my grandmother's house, although it was still very conditional too, because she only did things for the grandkids that she wanted to use. So yep, I'm getting it real. Okay, Malika. So Malika, you saying you have a child that's with your mother right now? What time is it? B, yep, they did take the kids. Said that's not strict, that's being emotionally abusive. Not sure. Maybe y'all haven't. Maybe Donna Truth, are you talking to me? Rena says, right, the women that was born in the 60s hit different. I don't know what happened to them. And look, my mama was born in the 70s, but my grandma was born in the 50s. And her mother was born in the 20s. And my great grandmother that was born in the 20s was abusive to her children. She was colorist. Even though she was a dark-skinned woman, she was colorist and abusive. They were poor as well, according to my grandma. So that could have played a difference again because she's in survival mode. Okay. I had to learn how to not be mentally in survival mode, even if I was trying to survive in this 3D. I had to learn how to thrive in survival mode. I still had to learn how to be present trying to survive, because I did not want survival to control how I treated my children and how I showed up for my children and myself. So everything is a choice. And that's also how you step into the energy of creating your own reality. Thank you, Misty. That's also how you step into the energy of creating your own reality, when you learn how to thrive even while you're surviving, because now you're present. Now you have become now you're in the present moment where you can be mindful and start to be mindful in your thinking, in your thought patterns, and your behaviors. So now you are creating simultaneously a new reality for yourself, which will be more of a thriving reality, a blissful reality. But it requires you to make a choice. It requires you to not attach to what you see and what you think you are surviving in, because this is just an experience, right? We're multidimensional beings having a human experience. So that means you have to practice the art of detachment and not attach yourself to the things that you see, because it's just this present moment was created in one way or the other. This present moment that you're in was created by you. So if the matrix can keep you in survival mode, that means you're going to constantly create a reality that is based off of survival. Which means now you're going to jeopardize your whole family dynamic, because everybody is now in survival mode. Everybody's nervous system is out of whack and unstable. You know, everybody's mindset is more so in a selfish mindset, all about me. I got to survive. forget you type of mentality. And a lot of our families don't know how to come out of that paradigm thinking. They don't know how to transform their survival paradigm into a thriving paradigm. So instead, they abuse, use, and traumatize everything around them, including themselves. It sure is. It is a lot of Annettes. Annette is representing that archetype that all of us have within our family dynamic. Shannon, she represents an archetype that a lot of us have in our family dynamic. And if you don't have a Shannon, you probably got a Naziah. And if you don't got a Naziah, you probably got a lady. And if you ain't got them, you probably got a Jarvis. All of them are matrix family archetypes. All of them. Yep, you say you are Naziah. Sorry you had to experience that. Sorry you had to experience that. A lot of us are a Naziah. Lavina, Grand Rising, Don the Truth says soulmate can come and go, but them kids, they gonna be here forever, BFC. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I want to enjoy the fruits of my labor, which will be my children. And ain't nobody finna come sabotage in my garden. This is my garden. You're not finna do that. Any man that's making you feel like you got to choose between him and your children, get rid of his ass. And vice versa, if you're a male, get rid of her. You should never be in a situation where you have to choose between your relationship with your children and your significant other. No, they're a manipulator. They're a liar. They're trying to triangulate you against your children. They're trying to sabotage your relationship with your children. They hate you. They want to disrespect you. And they probably are some type of predator. Okay. That's an immediate no. And that's an immediate red flag. Somebody that is meant for you is going to come in harmony. They're going to come in unconditional love. They're not going to come trying to harm your children, trying to control and dominate your children, trying to tell you how you need to be towards your children. I almost lost my oldest son trying to maintain a relationship with my ex-boyfriend while he was sabotaging me and my son's relationship in real time at that time. I just remember saying, like, my son, he just feels so mentally disconnected from me. And it had got to the point where he didn't even want to be in the house with us. He wanted to be at his dad's house. I'm like, wait a minute, something is off. Something is off. And I was just trying to figure out what it was. But see, a manipulator, like a master manipulator, and a person that knows how to triangulate situations and project, they have the ability to almost like throw rocks and hide their hands. So that what was happening. That's exactly what was happening between me and my relationship with my son. And he would say things like, you love your kids more than you love me. You're right. He was turning my son against me. And then I realized that my son's biological father was doing the same thing. I caught them having a conversation. One day I was disciplining my son. And I was told him, give me your phone. You can't have your phone. And he went upstairs, came back. Well, he didn't come back down yet, but I went upstairs. I was getting ready to go upstairs and talk to him. And as I'm going upstairs, he on the phone with his biological father. And I hear his father coercing him on how he needs to hide his phone, how I'm on some bullshit, and basically trying to coerce him on how to handle me in my house and how he should be disrespectful to me. See, it's those type of parents that are detrimental to the mental and emotional state of the child. You should never coerce your child to go against their parent when you know that their parent means them well and that that child was being disrespectful. But like I said, people who don't operate from unconditional love and respect, they only seek to devour, sabotage, tear down, and create spaces of chaos rather than transformation and harmony. He tried to sabotage my relationship with my son as well. He was feeding into my son's negative emotions instead of putting him in a mindset of, calmness. Hey, let's talk about this. Your mom is actually right. She does these things for you, or just putting him in a mind state where the foundation of respect is still intact. Because I can discipline my son without being abusive. And that should be okay. And that should also be supported by the other parent. I haven't talked to him since. I haven't talked to his father since. I don't have nothing to say to you. Don't ever call my phone again. Ever. My son is old enough. He has his own phone. You want to talk to him, call him. Don't ever talk to me again in life. I'm done. Because I realized in that moment that he was the reason behind the power struggle between me and my son. After I had already got rid of my ex. I kept thinking to myself, why do I keep having this power struggle with my son? It should be no power struggle when respect is the foundation here. I know the foundation that I'm creating. So where is this coming from? So Spirit allowed me to hear that conversation. Spirit allowed that situation to take place so that I can hear that conversation. Yeah. Yep. And guess what? I haven't had no problem since. And the energy that my son was giving off in this power struggle, it reminded me of that same energy of the guy I was in a relationship with that was very abusive. Okay, it was a domestic violent relationship, and my son will kind of give off that energy. Not that I felt like he would attack me, but the power struggle energy read that. And I'm thinking, no, I need to get this intact because my son is not going to grow up and think that he can ever rise up at a woman and put his hands on a woman and think that it's okay to be in power struggles with a woman. Because it starts with me. I know the power that I have over my children. I know the example that I'm setting for my children is contributing to their psyche. I'm creating that right now. So I know I'm not contributing to my son being a woman beater or a man that lacks self-control and that lacks the ability to critically think. I know I'm not creating that. So I knew it was coming from somewhere else. I just needed to figure out where. And this is what I mean when I say the mother's is the Lilith in the child's life. The mother creates the monster, or she creates the superhero, the superhuman. The mother creates the monster or the superhuman. That's the power that the mother possesses, but toxic mothers manipulate that power for her own gain and then wonder why them same people that you manipulated in their childhood grow up and not like you when they realize what you've done and the damage that you caused to them. No, I take this very serious. And people will be jealous of the parent or you as a parent that has the foundation of respect. They will try to sabotage that. They will try to sabotage the unconditional love that you have for your child. They would try to change the perspective of how that child views you because they're envious of the relationship and the connection that you have with that child. It's sick, but that's the duality of it. You got people that operate from all things disrespect, sabotage, abuse. And then you got those that operate from all ways of being respectful, benevolent, high regard, admiration. And that is why it's important to pay attention to who you have a child with. Because depending on their Lilith in their mind, like Jarvis, his Lilith is the reason that he turned out to be the man that he is today. The mother has more power over that male child than the father do. I guarantee it. Why? Because that Lilith, that energy, that Lilith in that birth chart is the one that develops the psyche. And if that mother is dismissive to that male child, if she is harsh and callous to that male child, that child is going to grow up and become all of that. Be abusive to women, no respect, no self-control. The mother, it's the mother that has the power. So I don't feel sorry for no mama, no mother that was toxic, manipulative, triangulating, playing favoritism, mistreating and abusing her children, and they grow up and cut her ass off. I don't feel sorry for it because you should have took your position more serious than what you did. Don't feel sorry for them at all. And that whole concept of parenting don't come with a handbook, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Because what did you try to research anything? Did you try to change any of your ways? Did you try to develop anything within yourself that could contribute to the well-being and success of your child? No, you didn't. And then you use the excuse of parenting don't come with a handbook. Bullshit. You got to do the work. Ain't nobody coming to save you. Ain't nobody coming to do the work for you. You got to go within yourself, heal yourself, transform that, and then take that same transformation and instill it in your children. And keep transforming with your children over and over and over again. It's a continuous cycle. You say it don't come with no handbook, come with feelings. But if they ain't able to feel for themselves and they're very 3D minded, they ain't going to be able to feel nothing no way. But they just use that as an excuse. Like, oh, I didn't know how to be a parent. My family ain't show me how to be no parent either. If I took their advice on how to parent, my children will grow up with the same dynamic that me and my mother got. I didn't want that for me and my children. So what I do? I did something about it. I didn't just stand back and just let it fall apart. You say, Lady Isis, today I'm so strong. But I ain't respectful to those that earn and deserve it. Yes, me too. You say some mothers was mistreated by men, so they don't mind their sons mistreating women. Exactly. And that was the thing with my ex, who was extremely abusive. His mother would act so stupid and oblivious, like she don't know. Oh, I don't know where he got that from. I don't know why he act like that. Or she just didn't want to hear it at all. And when he got locked up, she went and put $1,000 on the lawyer for attacking me. You go put $1,000 on the lawyer and then thought I wasn't going to find out. Knowing that your son can't hold water because he want everybody, he want he wanted to keep up this image like, yeah, I got people on my side and they don't see that I'm doing no wrong. Yeah, that's why my mama put $1,000 on my lawyer. And I'm like, what? Okay, cool. So I called the mama up. I said, hey, Miss Such and Such, what's going on? What are I needed to know, like, what we doing? And then she tried to explain, but what is it to really explain? You put some money on a lawyer to get your son out of jail when he should have set his ass there. He should have sat there. Should have set his ass right where he was at. Awareness, yes. Please pay attention to your children. Love conquers. That gives you fine ears to hear. Yes, I would never ever choose, if I could, to ever relive my past. Yeah, me either. They're gonna stick behind them. You right. But see, I needed to see that. I needed to experience that because I knew where she stood. Then it's like, okay, you're not gonna stand for what's right. That mother was only doing what she doing because she wants to uphold her image. If that son is narcissistic, I can guarantee you his mama is, if he a monster, his mama a bigger monster. I can guarantee it. But see, she gonna try to act like she's not. She got, they try to cover it up with, they have a decent house, they might drive a decent car, they might have, a little money in a bank account, a little change. So they think that those things would shield them from people seeing them exactly who they are. But if you can see, you can see. And if you can pick up on exactly who they is, and you can see past the facade that they want to keep up. His mama was jealous of how I raised my children and how I communicate with my children. She was jealous. She tried to triangulate my kids. She definitely did. She chose one that she liked the most and tried to triangulate the other two against my one son, and then be nice to this one more than that one. She tried to do the same shit that I seen my family do. Same thing. And she do that with her own kids. She got one favorite and then the other two she don't really like. You don't know any mother that will leave their child in jail. He's not a child. He was a grown ass 29-year-old man that hit on me and strangled me. He needed to sit his ass in jail. And it's women like you that think like that that's very problematic to how these men develop psychologically. It's women like you that is the problem. My son already know, and he's 14. You get your ass locked up for putting your hands on a woman, you gonna sit there. I'm not coming to get you. He knows this. Why? Because I demand my son develop some self-control. You gonna learn some self-control as long as I'm your mama. If you feel like you gotta put your hands on a woman, you look weak. You are weak. Fuck you mean? I'm in here with that dumbass comment. It ain't no about no being truth. That ain't no truth. That's a lie and that's bullshit. That's a lie. And if you got a son, I feel sorry for him. You are an enabler to your child thinking like that. Children need to learn to take accountability and responsibility for how they react. Tell my kids all the time, you can be mad all you want. You will have a right to be upset. But what you do while you're mad is on you. What am I seemingly teaching my child? How to maintain self-control. We're going to talk this down. My son feel like you got to put your hands on a female, you need to leave immediately. If she's antagonizing you to the point where you feel like you can't control yourself, you need to leave immediately. It's gotta be, Rena. Because that's that idiotic mindset that's causing problems like Naziah Harris right now. That's the problem right there. And this is why I talk about what I talk about. Because people like you that think shit like that is okay, and you think that a grown-ass man don't need to sit at a fucking jail cell if he abusing women or abusing children, touching on kids, whatever. No, it's unacceptable. He said they knew you wasn't going for that bullshit. I was abused. So exactly. No, absolutely not. And I told y'all the power struggle that I was feeling between me and my son, it was giving that vibe. So I'm like, I'm finna pull that up at the root. I'm not even finna entertain that energy. I'm finna get rid of that right now. Cause you're not gonna grow up thinking that you can go toe to toe with no woman. And if you feel like she trying to go toe to toe with you, she don't need to be in your space. She don't need to be in your space. Right. Enabling his abusive behavior. Absolutely. Right, Ebony. That's what it's about. That's exactly what it's about. Regulating their emotions and becoming emotionally intelligent. That's just it. Mm-hmm. She say I need to be on a really big platform. Because I love this. I love talking about this. In case y'all haven't noticed, I love talking about this. I love to teach this. I do. She would say that he didn't see her get abused, but people lie. People lie. And even if he didn't, let's say he didn't see his mother get abused, she probably abused him. Then he developed in his psyche, I want to get back at all women because my mama hated me. And based off the interactions that I seen him have with his mama would dog him out all the time. So I could just imagine when he was a kid. So even if he didn't see his mama getting beat up on, he wanted to beat up on all women because he hate his mama. That's what we would call mommy issues. He has really strong mommy issues. So a man that hates his mother, his Lilith, okay, he's going to hate all women. And he's going to respect men. Why? Because he gets that respect from other men that he didn't get from his mama. If she just would have loved him a little bit, maybe, just maybe, he might have stood a chance. Talk about him like a dog, call him black, fat, ugly. Don't see how he got a girlfriend. Ain't good enough. His friend's better than him. All of that shit matter. All of that verbal abuse, it matters. Never call my kids out their name. I don't even allow them to call each other out their name. I have 3 boys. And y'all know how boys can get if you got sons. Every time I hear them call each other out their name, whether they playing or not, I correct them. Don't do that. I don't do that. I don't never call my kids out their name. I don't never refer to their skin as black, ugly. Never. I never belittle them in ways like that, ever. Right. Building confidence is very important. There's a way to get your point across, even if you're upset with your child, without belittling them. And I ain't gonna say I might say get your ass over. I might say something like that, but they know how I speak to my children. They still know that I love them. Even if I raise my voice, they still know that I love them. Well, my mother, I knew she hated me by what she said, by how she said it, and by how she screamed. I knew she hated me. I could yell at my kids and they'll come give me a hug the next 2 seconds. That means they know I love them for real. Wait, wait a minute, huh? You say not even jokingly are my kids allowed? Right. You don't allow that. Oh my goodness, Malika, who you talking about? Malika, let me know who you talking about. You said, well, I can tell just by the limited interaction I seen with your daughter, you seem to be very loving. Yes, I try my best. Thank you, Ebony. Actual, factual. Because it's really about who you are to your children behind closed doors. It's going to show. They're going to show the world exactly how they were treated behind closed doors. Exactly. In a world full of people that tear you down, no need to do it. It's show lane. Not in this wicked world. I tell them that too. It's enough going on outside of this house. We don't. You say I saw it too. You feel like this is a safe space. It is. It is. But I'm all about personal development, transformation, and healing, and not developing codependent relationships. So that means I encourage critical thinking and emotional intelligence. Here, which is a safe space. It's a safe space, a true safe space that's not built on codependency. Oh, you talking about your daddy's brother in Chicago from the Chi. You say you was 3 years old when you first witnessed. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't encourage trauma bonding even through this. You get what I'm saying? Like even through what they call parasocial relationships. I don't even encourage that at all. Why? Because I'm a personal development guide. I want you to stand in your own power as an authentic being. And we can do that alongside each other. We can be in our authentic, brightest light alongside each other without feeling enmeshed or feeling like, you know, you gotta want to be me or I gotta want to be you or I'm better than you and vice versa. No, my light can shine bright just like yours. My light ain't got to dim your light. See how many stars in the sky? They all shining. He probably did, Malika. He probably did. At this point, that's what we leaning on. He said Renee, and he said, oh, y'all. So, y'all, that was my little teaching for today. My little education. I will go ahead and get off here. At 6 o'clock, I'm going to try to give me a few hours of sleep before baby K wake up again. Right. You ain't got to dim nobody else's light to shine. No. And if you're trying to dim my light, that means you're trying to control me. You're trying to minimize me. And you intimidated by me. I don't need them type of people around me either. I don't. I need critical thinkers around me. Why y'all think I call y'all detectives? Huh? I don't just say that for nothing. I'm affirming y'all when I say that. Everything that I do is always intentional. It's always intentional. What do detectives do? They investigate. They critically think. They, they trust their intuitions. She say, Professor Isis, that's so funny. That is funny. They detect. You feel gratitude. You say you'll hit me for a reading. Okay, good. Yes, that's exactly it. Thank you for that confirmation, Capricorn. That's exactly it. Dr. Isis, y'all giving me new names. I like it. I like it. Yeah. Because that's what a true guide will do. A true person who claims to be a conscious leader are not looking to have you place them on a pedestal. They want to help develop you in a way where you can be on your own pedestal, where you can be the creator of your own reality, not trying to manipulate you and control your perception and your perspective that will benefit them. That's a false teacher. That's a false prophet. That's a false conscious leader. Any conscious leader that does not encourage you to develop yourself personally is false. They're a lie. They want something from you. They're a thief. They are a spiritual bandit. Yeah. They working for the Matrix. And unfortunately, in the spiritual community, the Matrix has a spiritual community, quote unquote. It's a lot of fake people in the spiritual community, so-called. Yeah, dictate. You say all my professors in school are doctors, so you right, Malika. You will be so shocked. That's fun. Yeah. So yes, y'all. It's been lovely, Dovey. And I thank y'all for the support. I thank y'all for being here, sticking it out with me for these past few hours. It wasn't too many of us in here, so I could have kept up. I was able to keep up with the comments. Shout out to the mods that stayed here as well. And y'all have a blissful rest of your day. Okay. Am I a Virgo? No, I'm a Scorpio. Scorpio. Sagittarius rising. I got a lot of fire in my chart, y'all. So when I get real extra fiery, that's why. But I'm a healing Scorpio. Okay. I ain't the toxic one. The world seem to have mixed feelings about us Scorpios, but a healed Scorpio represents death and rebirth, transformation. That's why I've been able to develop my speech skills and the way that I speak and touch you on a level like the soul, where it resonates with you with what I say. I will. Yep. He said, nah, I paid for an hour. What you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
Getting ready for school.
Oh, y'all going?
Oh, you said it was on.
Huh?
You said it was on.
I don't know. What's go ahead. Y'all can go.
Oh, no. No, I just said we ain't
No,
going.
you can go.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go. Get ready.
We ain't doing that.
Uh-huh.
I swear to God, we ain't doing that.
Okay.
I already know we're doing about ELA. So.
You say your mother was a Virgo and she was the truth. That's awesome. Y'all too. Okay. Let's be mindful of our thoughts. Okay. They create our beliefs and our desires and our destinies. It always starts with a thought. No, Malika, you good. You good. So y'all be blessed. I'll probably go live later today. Yeah, Rita. Shout out to everybody that's gonna catch this replay. Okay. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment if you're feeling the vibe. Okay. You welcome, Davisha. You're welcome, Malika. I am. So, I'll see y'all later. Love y'all so much. Grand resting. I like that. See y'all. Peace.